Amanda Waller.
You fail to follow my orders in any way,
As far as bosses go,
and I detonate the explosive device in the base of your skull.
pretty no nonsense. And yet she's the boss of the most nonsensically insane and violent supervillains in the world.
Hi, boys.
They're bad guys.
Amanda Waller is also responsible for Project Batman Beyond. Batman Beyond. As we learn in Epilogue, the controversial episode of Justice League Unlimited. In Epilogue's Future of the Future, a super old Waller reveals to an adult Terry McGinnis that Bruce Wayne Batman is in fact Terry's biological father. Much like Bruce Timm's Waller continues to split audiences with Epilogue to this day, the leader of Task Force X also continues splitting supervillain skulls in this summer's The Suicide Squad. So let's see if we can blow your minds with today's Profile Beyond of Amanda Waller. New here, consider subscribing to the channel by clicking the subscribe button as well as the notification bell to make sure you don't miss any of our new content. Tune in for weekly and bi-weekly vid series all about the futuristic Bat Beyond. In our JLU episode of Epilogue, CCH Pounder returns as an old Amanda Waller. Between 2004 and 2006, Pounder was Waller for 9 total episodes on Justice League Unlimited, including Epilogue. It's fun getting the same actor to age up the voice of their standard younger character, just like Kevin Conroy coming back for old Bruce in Batman Beyond, and even super old Bruce as we see in Epilogue. Live-action Amanda Waller is Viola Davis, both in the upcoming The Suicide Squad as well as 2016 Suicide Squad minus the.
Worst of the worst.
And speaking of squad starting with the, if you want to hear my thoughts on the Suicide Squad trailer, then click this link right up here for my YouTube live reaction of our first official trailer. So before we get to the geriatric Waller Beyond, let's first take a look back to where it all began with Waller in the pages of DC Comics 1986. Baby Benjamin was just 1.5 when Waller was born in issue 1 of a 6-part epic crossover called Legends. According to Matthew K. Manning's Batman: A Visual History, scribes John Ostrander and Len Wein teamed up with penciler John Byrne for the 6-issue series which pitted dozens of superheroes against the forces of Darkseid. The series saw the debut of a new Suicide Squad, a government-led team of supervillains. Now fast forward an ungodly amount of continuity time to JLU's Epilogue. The episode debuted in 2005, but was not the titular epilogue of JLU, since that series ran until 2006. It was, however, an epilogue for Batman Beyond. Epilogue tied up not only loose ends of this future Batman's origin in relation to Bruce, but also Terry's future with Dana, how amazing the Justice League Beyond looks in black and white, as well as the unforgettably touching father-son relationship Terry and Bruce are able to maintain after all these years, even after Terry confronts Bruce about the truth. And while Bruce wasn't the architect of Project Batman Beyond like Waller, it's still touching that he and Terry are able to patch things up, since Bruce did keep that from Terry for so long. And really, I mean, who better to pull a risky retcon like Epilogue than Waller? As she says in her comic appearance, Colonel Rick Flag, we have a job to do. When Waller has a job to do, she literally does whatever it takes.
And
from recruiting DC's worst to carry out sketchy Black Ops missions,
Worst of the worst.
to stealing the Batman's DNA because she wanted to make another one, Waller gets it done. And before the decrepit Waller Beyond of Epilogue, we see Waller and the squad get it done numerous times in Justice League Unlimited. Shout out to the great DCAU Watchtower here on YouTube. Definitely subscribe to the channel if you don't already. Check out their video on the complete history of the animated Suicide Squad. I'll put the link in the description below, and also check out our previous collaborations with them on their channel as well. So in the 2005 JLU episode Doomsday Sanction, we see a rather awkward exchange between Batman and Waller, as Miss Waller is stepping out of the shower. And thanks to the world's greatest detective work, we learn
Amanda Waller. Born in East St. Louis, Rhodes Scholar, PhD in political science, served in intelligence under 3 administrations. Disappeared from public life 4 years ago.
So thanks again for the detective work, Batman. Maybe just work on your confrontation tactics there. So before we go, make sure you guys stick around here at the channel for even more squad coverage to come. Once again, The Suicide Squad hits theaters and HBO Max day and date this August, and our trailer review is right here on Above and Batman Beyond. Ugh, I need a shower after all that villain talk. Batman, not an invitation. If you're new here, consider subscribing to the channel and share this video with other Bat fans beyond who would also like this kind of content. We also have a bunch of interviews here on the channel with cast and crew from Batman Beyond, including both Batmen of the future, Kevin Conroy and Will Friedle. So make sure to stay tuned to the channel for more interview content as well.